doing.
Speaking of not being good at anything, I want to talk
What's
about
that?
chicks for a second.
Oh yeah.
Because
What do you got about chicks?
there's this list circulating on Facebook.
Oh, I think I know the one you're talking
You
about.
probably do. And we've done a few lists in our tenure on this show.
Yeah, it was sort of a thing
It was a thing for a while, but
until Aaron killed it.
everything he touches really does just die.
Yeah.
But there's this list going around, and it's just one of those things where you just know any girl who sees it could be like, you go, girl. Girl power.
Yep. Fucking. That's how you like. I don't know. I've always said this. Like groups, any kind of group. It doesn't need to be gender or racially based. Just groups in general. If you need to if you need to play the victim, or if you need to talk constantly about how great your group is, that's a serious red flag.
Yeah.
That your group is actually very weak, and you're letting us all know with your ridiculous behavior.
And the thing is too, it seems a lot of these groups are constantly on the defensive.
Exactly, that's what I mean. When they're always trying to be a victim, like it's always like, oh my god, things aren't going right for whoever the fuck we are. I don't know. I don't want to pick a group.
Yeah, because
then I'll be some kind of asshole.
That's okay. But it seems that they just wait and they look at every single situation and analyze to see, can we get offended by this?
Yeah. And a lot of the times when that happens, it's like that instance was such a, that occurrence was so insignificant in the grand scheme of all the things like I don't know. What's a good one? Where it was an isolated incident, but it got feet basically because it could be turned into someone getting offended. Like that comedian who fucking he told that joke. It wasn't even a real rape joke. It was a joke about rape. Well, I guess that's a rape joke. And he, that lady got offended, and he got in all kinds of fucking shit because of it.
Or another way to look at it is like, let's say you get in a fight with a gay guy or something, and he's being an asshole or whatever, and you're having a fight, and you're so mad, you're trying to think of something that's going to hurt him, so you say you faggot or something like that.
Yeah.
Where automatically you're a homophobe. So where they don't actually look at the situation and see, like, this person in a moment of anger was trying to say the meanest thing he could to this guy, but then they just turn into, you're a homophobe and you're fired.
And that's what I mean. And like that, that fictional altercation, I would think would account for a very small percentage of interactions between straight people and gay people. 99% of the time it's, hey, how's it going? Whatever, everything's fucking cool. But like if one bad thing happens, it becomes like a huge thing, like as if there's this huge rift between people, whereas like 99% of your daily interactions with other people of all kinds are just insignificant.
Void.
Yeah, there's nothing going on there.
Yeah, but anyway. So this list
is kind of
you
way.
You know what's annoying about this list? You can tell from the title, just there's already just this attitude. Immediately, like, oh, this person must be a delight.
Oh, she's very sassy.
Yeah, it's called "Sorry, We're Not Sorry," which I'm fucking sick of people saying that.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. The 20 things women should no longer have to apologize for, and you figure this would be, the right to vote, not wanting to just be a homemaker anymore.
Yeah, see, I fucking know that this list is nothing like that, but they don't know yet.
This list is more, it's so general. It just says women should no longer have to apologize for, and it just ends like that's the title, where it should be 20 things women should no longer have to apologize for when you know a bunch of assholes. When most people are like, because there's 20 things on this list, obviously.
Yeah.
And nobody makes women apologize for any of these things.
I was literally waiting for you to stop talking because I was going to make the same point. Like, as we go through the list, I'm going to point out all the ones that I've never asked a woman to apologize for.
Yeah, so let's go through some of these, and probably all of them because we need to fill time. But number 1, having our period. There's a lot we can say on the topic of periods because, frankly, the idea of having to apologize for enduring 1 week each month in which we cramp, bloat, and worry about bleeding through our pants, all so that we can bear children and bring more hemorrhaging females into this world, is absolutely preposterous. We can all be leaders, not just bleeders.
What the fuck does that even mean? There's so much wrong with that. I love how she trivializes, how great it is to be able to bear life. Like that's just like, oh, just so we could bear children and bring more hemorrhagic women.
But
Like
just continue just victimizing themselves.
that's
It's like
exactly
we're just all constantly on the defensive, and people are out to get us.
as if, and that's what I mean, as if that isn't like the most amazing thing, you could do as a human being.
Yeah.
Like I mean, by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not by yourself, but you know what I mean? Like, you made that fucking thing. That is a crazy thing. And she's just like, it's fucking whatever.
Yeah. And they make it. And I can honestly say I've been on the other side of this, and I know like it was tons of guys have been on the other side of this, and like, oh, you're not hanging out, or something like, yeah, she didn't want to hang out. She's having her period or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you just kind of move on in the conversation. You're not like that fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not beating down her door demanding an apology.
I've never heard of someone getting mad. What do you mean you're on your fucking period? And just smashing dishes.
Oh my god. I actually have a counter to that. You know what? If I was making a list of 20 things women definitely need to start apologizing for, is them bitching about having to have a period.
Yeah.
You should start having to apologize, not for having your period, that's a natural function, but you fucking constantly complaining about it. Like, from the time I was 10 years old, fucking every one of my friends thought it was hilarious to kick each other in the balls. That's a pain that women will never
Yeah.
understand.
And
so
I hate
I'm
to.
sick of hearing about your fucking period.
Yeah, and I hate too how they just use it as a crutch for everything.
Yeah.
It's like you can't even like have a workplace conversation with them. It's like, hey, did you get the Zelensky account done? And you're like, I'm on my period, okay?
Is that what you wanted to hear? They're so fucking defensive for no
Yeah.
reason.
It really is irritating. All right, let's move on to number 2. Sexual preferences. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Regardless if you love men, women, both, or trees, you don't need to justify whom or what you love. Sometimes I have intimate feelings for cookie dough, ice cream, and lip balm, maybe even borderline pornographic dreams about bathing in a tub of one or both, and I never feel sorry about it.
And I don't believe anyone is asking you to be sorry about
First
it.
of all, nobody asked you about your weird fucking fetishes with inanimate objects, you creepy bitch. Second of all, you don't need to apologize to me about it ever because I wouldn't have asked about it and I don't give a fuck.
But like, I can't even place myself in a scenario where
That you
someone
would,
like I found out like you're a lesbian or something like that, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Yeah, like I mean, like I said, like every one of these just applies to just assholes. Normal, and they treat it like every guy does this.
Exactly. It's such a small, insignificant portion of, the interactions of men and women.
And honestly, a lot of these things are things that women assholes would get mad at them for too.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, but you know what I mean.
All right, you can have the next
All right,
one.
number 3, farting and pooping.
With 3-star asterisks.
I don't really understand why, but
Yeah, I don't. Oh wait, because she has a little
oh.
thing at the bottom.
Oh yeah. You know what I like about this girl? She's very funny and has a lot of wit and jokes in her little angry piece she made.
Wait, because I as I read this, I found the exact opposite. I thought she was a corny, fucking annoying, pain in the ass sounding bitch.
You know that might actually be what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, those words you said before don't mean that.
It means oh really?
Yeah, you should work on that.
You should learn on what words mean.
You should apologize about it.
All right. Yeah, I should have. 21. Learn how to fucking know the. Oh, fuck it.
Learn how to grammar, you idiot. All right, go ahead.
All right, so farting
number
and
3.
pooping. Okay, so maybe the polite thing to do after you pass gas is to excuse yourself, but that kind of formality is reserved for nuns and student tutors. Not to be graphic, but unless you took an award-winning dump that smelled so bad it evacuated an entire Murray Hill pregame. That's a little too local, I think, for us.
A little too esoteric, maybe.
Yeah, you don't need to show any remorse. Where do you think the classic hit and run criminal routine came from? The shit and run, of course. Personally, I like to call it making a duty, but I've been told this is childish. You know what's childish? You cunt this list.
This is this is silly. This is just fucking, I don't know. Like, what the fuck is she even talking about? This daffy bitch. Like, nobody cares about. I think she's probably one of those people who's really insecure and always thinks people are talking about her, or always thinks, everyone's like noticing every little thing she's
Hmm.
doing when it's in reality, like, nobody's paying, nobody cares,
Yeah, I imagine she's one of the people. She walks past a crowd of people, and then she just snaps her head up. What? What?
Or yeah, like yeah, she walks by a crowd of people, they're laughing and they're like, what are you laughing at?
You're not perfect either.
uh,
But
I wish we could have her on the show.
I wish we could murder her.
Well, I mean, if she was here, we would.
She'd
Yeah,
be within arm's length of the killer, so that's a good point.
exactly.
I'm really just stretching out everything you're saying more than it needs to go.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where I mean, I don't think really anybody in that like farts around people they don't really know that
And I
well. You
love
try to
how.
avoid it at all costs. I mean, guy or girl,
Yeah.
and it's embarrassing for I think both genders. If you're in an elevator and you obviously fart, everyone's looking at you. Whether you're a guy or girl, it's the same effect.
I love how she acts like, excusing yourself because you have to, like, you think you're gonna drop a nasty fart is like such an inconvenience. Like, what? I have to get up and walk 5 feet away because I have to fart. Fucking misogyny in this country.
Uh,
Like, how about you just not be a gross
yeah.
pig? I don't fart in front of people either if I can help it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not really. I mean, guys, I guess, do it more with, but like they
I feel
whenever.
like
But
we
if
do
there's a
it.
girl around, they don't.
Yeah, no, I don't. And exactly, if anything, we're being extra courteous for you because, like, we care that you have to experience that fart smell. Whereas with each other, we don't. We just think it's funny to torture each other
Yeah.
in small ways. Like, yeah, like we're going out of our way to make things more convenient for you. You fucking ungrateful piece of shit.
Yeah. So let's move on.
All right, number 4. Big boobs. Actually, I should read the title first, shouldn't I? Number 4, bra cup sizes. Big boobs, flat chests. I've always said hugs over jugs, and I maintain that. No matter where you lie on the spectrum, be grateful you have some. Even if you have none, love one. I don't even know what
What?
that means. I really don't fucking understand like half of the points she's even trying to make. She starts out with, I've always said hugs over jugs.
I guess she's.
When the
I mean,
fuck has
I
that ever
guess what she
come?
was trying to say was that girls shouldn't have to apologize for not having big tits.
Yeah, I know, but when has hugs over jugs ever come into conversation casually?
I ignored that part because it was so moronic.
All right, I respect that. This one almost I can understand where she was coming from because I feel
I
like
don't at all. But you can tell me why.
I feel like especially when you're younger. I mean, none of this. I've given up on applying this to adults because adults
Uh,
don't fucking behave this
yeah,
way.
maybe like an
But
8-year-old
well,
wrote this.
that's
That's
it.
the
If when
problem.
when a girl's like 13 to 16, their formative years where their bodies are changing, things are feeling funny. Like, yeah, I mean, girls with small titties would get busted on, for an itty bitty titty committee business.
Yeah, but this says 20 things
Right.
women should no longer have to
Oh, that's what I
apologize
mean. I've
for.
already given up on that.
Right. Where
Because adults, I know adult talks this way.
hmm
You know, at least nobody I talk to gives a shit about, this lady's titties or anyone else's for that matter.
and it's just another one of those things where obviously, I guess if you surveyed all guys, the majority would say, "Yeah, I like big boobs."
But that's not the same as saying I would go out of my way to make fun of a girl who
Yeah,
has small titties.
and even if it's not making fun, like I would avoid at all costs. Like I have a
Yeah,
requirement. It's not. I mean, there's the majority of girls don't have big tits, so what do
yeah,
you just not?
yeah. That's what I mean. It's not like girls with small titties aren't getting laid.
Yeah, it's just another fucking null argument from this dummy.
She really is a dummy.
Just a dunce.
She's a fucking conical hat.
Number 5. Now, I'm glad she addressed this one because this is one that I completely agree with and women shouldn't have to apologize for. Number 5, independence. Being able to take care of yourself and rely on yourself is a wonderful thing. Whether it's financial independence, emotional independence, or just being able to sit alone sipping iced coffee on a bench, it doesn't matter. There's no feeling bad about it. Anyone who makes you feel less for your strong sense of independence can go suck it. You
Now
go,
you,
girl.
now you said you agreed this one.
I actually see the whole thing with me not knowing the meaning of words again.
Oh,
I
right.
actually couldn't agree with this less.
I just fucking I don't see there's no point to be made.
I think I understand.
Okay,
I didn't look
what
at
do
the
you got
bottom.
for
This
me?
this article was written in 1956. That's where we went wrong here. I didn't look at
Oh
the
man.
date, and this just started circulating now. It was actually passed out at a sit-in at a local university.
Authored by Susan B. Anthony.
Yeah, and it just made its way to the World Wide Web recently. That's where the confusion
Oh,
came.
you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, it does look like a very, very old newspaper clipping. Did they even have lists back then when this would have been a relevant gripe?
Women weren't allowed to have paper and pens back then.
Exactly. You couldn't even have written this list when this point would have been relevant.
Yeah. But I don't even know where to begin with this. It's 2014. Who is stopping anybody from being
I
independent?
know. Fucking I went to school. I work alongside women,
Yeah.
I've never wished anything bad about them for working or trying to better themselves.
Yeah.
I don't. Where does she live in the Midwest or something? Maybe she lives out like Idaho, where they still fucking can marry their cousins.
She must have been raised by Michael Pearl. She
Holy
finally
shit.
escaped.
Holy shit! We're gonna look at the author after this. If her last name is Pearl, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Wouldn't that just be great?
This podcast would totally come around.
Yeah,
Like,
but
this would become our best
yeah,
episode.
I mean,
ever.
obviously there's individual cases where there's like asshole
said,
people keeping you down, but
small
but there's
percentage.
there's probably tons of households where there's families keeping the men down too, or the boys or whatever, telling them not to do shit too. It's just it doesn't apply. Like she's generalizing everything so much.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And all of our assumptions, I think, are based on just isolated incidents.
She's a real bitch.
Yeah, what a fucking cunt.
All right, next one.
All right, I got this one. Number 6, painting our faces. If you feel more confident wearing makeup, then by all means wear makeup. It's fun and makes us feel like our best dressed selves. What's so bad about that? Even more, if you like to wear an entire CVS beauty aisle on your face all at once, then go for it. Just so long as you don't apologize for looking like Lil Kim.
Ugh. This is just another one where she's refusing to accept there's like social norms in our society, and what's so bad about that if you feel like wearing the entire CVS beauty because you look like a fucking weirdo in the eyes of most people in the society. There's certain norms, and if you don't match that norm, people aren't going to beat you to death in the streets, but I mean, you might get it like a double take. But as far as just wearing makeup, I don't know what the fuck she's talking
Well, that's
about.
what I mean. Normal makeup, I've never even heard of that being an issue for people.
No.
But the kind of girl that she's talking about that wears so much, that looks like the CVS aisle fucking whatever stupid. Yeah, that's just gross looking. I don't hate you for wearing makeup. I hate you because you look bad.
Yeah.
I don't care how you did it.
You don't even hate her. You're just like, that girl, you just
Yeah.
don't even think about it. You're just like, well, I didn't like the way that girl looks, so I'm moving on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a 1 second,
Yeah.
thing in your life. Like, oh, she doesn't look good. Oh, look, candy bars.
This is just one of those fucking goddamn forced acceptance things where it's
Yep.
like you have to resist what your brain is telling you
Yep.
and just force yourself to pretend to like something. I understand you have to tolerate things you don't like, but accepting it, like, it's just ignoring what you feel. It's bullshit.
It's like that great South Park episode where Mr. Garrison does that parade with like a dildo helmet and like sparkles and like pink wings and shit. And like that was the whole point of the episode was, just because you have to tolerate something doesn't mean you need to like accept it and pretend like you love it and it's not fucking weird.
Yeah. It's just,
Have you not seen that one?
I think I've seen it.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember the episode that much, but I remember
Okay.
kind of like the moral where the music's playing and they're saying with
I learned something today.
Yeah, that part.
I love that they end like 80% of the episodes with that.
I know.
Anyway.
But Number 7.
All
This is
right.
now. If I were to
Agree with anyone,
agree
it would
with
be
any,
this
it
one.
would probably be this one, and I'm not joking this time. Number 7. How many people we've had sex with? We're putting on this whole kill count debate to, or we're putting this whole kill count debate to bed. How many people a girl sleeps with is only one very small statistic in her romantic history, especially when it comes to millennial hookup culture. Once the New York Times gets around to writing about it, it's safe to say we ladies have already discussed it over many Sunday brunches.
All right.
Ugh.
No, I didn't get the
You lost me at
fucking cut.
Sunday brunches. You had, I was like, all right, I kind of agree until Sunday brunches.
Not only that, fucking, I don't even get the reference there. Is millennial hookup culture a thing?
I
And
guess it's,
and the New
more.
York Times wrote an article about it.
Maybe the New York Times sets the curve for things, and once they say it's okay, then everyone else in society says it's okay.
Yeah, I've never read that shit, so
I don't know.
so maybe that's why I'm so uneducated about fucking girl talk. But I don't know. This is, I understand what she's saying. I think she still fails to make a point, but she had a good premise on this one. Like she says, uh, how many people a girl sleeps with is only one very small statistic in her romantic history. I disagree. I think it's a pretty significant statistic in your romantic history,
Hmm.
since that's the main event. That's the whole fucking point of romantic endeavors is to fuck. So I think that's a pretty important statistic. But to make a person feel bad about fucking a lot of guys or girls, I think that's
Right.
I could understand why that would be frustrating. But
Hmm.
at the same time, it was your choice. You
Yeah.
so
But I think what she was trying to say was like sort of like what you just said. Like they shouldn't have to, that the whole thing where girls are sluts and guys are awesome.
well, it goes back to that old adage. A key that can open any lock is called a master key, but a lock that'll open for any key is useless.
I never heard that one before.
Yeah, fucking Billy Redface was talking about it one time. I don't know where he said he heard it before, but I think that's pretty funny, and it goes along with that whole men are studs and girls are whores. But I
Yeah.
think it's just fancy sounding
Hmm. I mean, I
poppycock
would say most people are still on the side of that,
of
but
what.
of of the, the
Well,
more girls
and
the
this is, I
guys
mean,
fuck
yeah,
are
this,
awesome, and
well,
then
yeah, I don't know. I think it's, it's pretty well discussed. I mean, there's no mystery, there's nothing to it anymore. I mean, the whole thing is it's gluttonous.
hmm.
Like Bill Burr's done, he's talked about this like several times, and like I agree with his analysis is that when a girl does it, it's just gluttonous, like a fatty who just eats too much ice cream and they just get fatter and they just keep eating ice cream because it's not the same. It doesn't work the same.
Right. And the thing is too, I mean, unless it's a rape situation, it's the girl
that
has
that
to,
that's
it's
probably going to show up on
yeah.
this list. Girls should not have to apologize for getting raped.
Like
Anyway,
it's up to the girl
yeah.
whether the sex is happening or not. Unless obviously, like I said, you're dealing with a
All right.
creep.
Well, we'll just eliminate rape from this
All right, but
scenario.
I mean, it's the girl's choice. I mean,
Yeah.
if it was up to the guy,
It would happen every time.
every second of every day,
Every girl you meet, you would fuck in like some back
you
room
know.
or behind a Denny's.
Yeah, so I mean, so the choice aspect of it is really more in the girl's hand. But the thing is, where I sort of agree is, I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I don't
Eh,
obviously you don't want to spread
well,
diseases.
that's, I mean, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, but well, that's, I mean, that's a whole other thing though, where people need to be safer when doing this kind of
Well,
stuff.
that's what I mean. It could be a guy or a girl. If you're a guy who just fucking raw dogs it all the time and you're fucking cleaning up, yeah, it's just as dangerous as a
Hmm.
girl. But like you said, it's the girl's
Yeah,
choice.
but if
So
like if a girl said like I've banged like 30 guys,
yeah.
but I always make them wear a condom or something like that, I really don't see anything wrong with that.
Well, but women are liars though. So when she said
But I
that,
mean, let's say I'm saying if she's serious,
yeah,
like I don't think there's anything wrong with that if you just like fucking lots of people.
yeah, no.
I think this is more of an American problem.
What do you mean?
And like what I mean is not like a European problem. Like how Americans are so much more uptight about sex,
Yeah,
how they try to hide it and make it like a shameful thing and things like that. Where I think that's just more of a
yeah.
societal.
I don't know. I think there's got to be a balance to it, and maybe I think you're right. We're more on the conservative side
Hmm.
because you don't want to. You also don't want to go the way of the ancient Romans, having giant fucking orgy dens and fucking
Well,
public sex with children and stuff. Like, I don't
Right.
know. I think there's definitely a balance
Yeah.
to where the deviancy becomes a little
Yeah.
too much, but
It's just like moderation,
yeah,
like everything
like
else.
like the
Uh
fatty
huh.
with the ice cream. You can have an ice cream every once in a while. That won't kill you.
But you don't do it every day.
No, not for every meal. If you ate ice cream for every meal, you would probably die. And I don't know.
And no
How
one
long
would
do you
miss
think
you
that would take
anyway.
to kill you?
Um,
If like you literally stopped eating everything besides ice cream,
I would say less than a year.
you think
Yeah.
that quick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perhaps.
After I watched Super Size Me and how fucked up that guy was
After
after,
1 month.
yeah, after 1 month, like if you only, I mean, you really got to think if you're only eating ice cream every meal of every day,
Yeah.
how bad that would ruin your body.
Yeah, man, maybe a year. We're taking your calls. How long do you think it would take to kill you if you ate ice
One
cream
eight
for
hundred
every meal?
podcast. All right, now okay, now we're gonna get mad all over again because this one,
Can you read this one? Because I actually don't understand this one.
I
Because
was
I
gonna
don't
have
know.
you read it because I don't understand it either, but it's okay. I'll read it. Number 8, being type A. You love making to-do lists and hate being late almost as much as you hate when other people are late. As long as you don't implode and leave your torch bits scattered everywhere, you don't need to say you're sorry. What the fuck?
That's what I mean. Who? There's no point to be made here, right?
And first of all, how is that in any dimension a girl thing? Like it's just is type A I guess means being organized or and likes being prompt.
Is that a girl thing?
No,
I think
I'm telling you, no. This isn't even open for debate. No, it's not.
I think if that's what it literally means, then I think I'm type A. But knowing me, that type A probably means like you're some kind of chick thing.
I'm gonna look it up.
Type A person. Oh, look, it even kept. All right, so if
Maybe
you
she
type,
means type
oh,
A diabetes.
no, but if you type into Google, it was the third option.
So a lot of people are like, "What the fuck is this?" Okay,
Yeah,
type
probably
A.
because of this list.
The theory describes a type A individual as an ambitious, rigidly organized, highly status conscious, can be sensitive, truthful, impatient, always try to help others, take on more than they can handle, want other people to get the point, proactive, and obsessed with time management. Okay, I don't need to read more because it just continues to just prove our point. How that is so not a girl
That is not
only
a girl.
thing.
That's not a girl problem. Sorry, not sorry, ladies. Not a girl problem.
Ugh. That one was just ridiculous to me.
I don't know. This whole list is ridiculous to
Yeah.
me. I almost don't want to talk about it anymore because it's so fucking dumb.
Well, luckily
But
we
let's.
still have 11 to go.
Holy shit, we got a while. Well, we're gonna cut out a lot of shit from earlier, so
Yeah.
this will fill the time. All right, number 9, looking like hell, and this is one I take exception for. With I mean not for. Wait, you mean you don't like shoving a long stretch of human?
You're reading the wrong one.
Oh, I'm an asshole. Sorry.
I don't know how that applied to looking like hell.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't enjoy shoving?
Anyway, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. All right, looking like hell. Apologizing for the way you look just gives others the go-ahead to mock your appearance. Unless you're the Gwyneth Paltrow variety, no one expects you to look flawless at all the time. Now, I take exception with this because this is kind of like that one before, like the makeup one. Like, if you're gonna go out in public and look like you just got off a fucking bender, then yeah, I'm gonna think, that person looks like a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're a man or a woman, and it's not gonna ruin my day, and I'm not gonna, tackle you and force you to apologize to me for making me witness your ugly face.
Your atrocious pimple face.
You look like a mess. But
You're a
yeah,
disgrace.
that's what I mean. I've never. This is not just like every other one. I've never asked a girl to apologize if she doesn't feel like. If you feel like looking like a piece of shit, that's
Yeah.
on you. I
And-
don't care what you look like, but I will have an opinion
Yeah.
about it in my head.
And again, can't stress this enough. This is not a girl, just a girl problem. If a guy comes out of the house and he looks like shit,
Yeah.
girls are gonna think the same thing. They're gonna be like, "Wow, that guy looks like shit. He's
especially-
a frumpy asshole."
Like you went to college, so like guys and girls from time to time, if they show up to a class hungover, like if you have an 8 a.m. and you were out, like you'll show up in sweatpants with your hair all fucked up, and like everyone will know, oh, this guy was fucking partying last night. What a piece of shit. He didn't even take a shower. Like, but that will be like just a moment of time, and then it's gone, and they will be
Mhm.
done with you.
Yeah, and another thing too, if a girl looks like hell every day, as this would say, looking like hell,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have negative thoughts, but like that girl takes no pride in her appearance. She looks like shit.
Yeah.
I don't care if she's a nice person. I'm not saying like an ugly person. I'm
No,
saying the
that
person
yeah.
that doesn't
If you
take,
don't take care of
yeah,
yourself,
doesn't
like
make an effort.
if you smell, fuck you. I
Hmm.
don't, you know, I'm not gonna pretend like that doesn't bother me if you stink like ass.
Yeah.
When we're interacting with each other.
I really hate smelly people.
Yeah,
There's
what?
no reason in this day and age you should smell.
That's
There's
what I mean.
no
This
reason.
this isn't the 1700s. You're
Hmm.
not washing yourself with whale fat soap. You fucking take a shower and you don't smell like fucking bo. Okay, that's
Sorry. He
Christian.
was looking. He was just giving me the coldest stare as he was saying that.
Actually, Christian, this is why I brought this up. I brought up this whole bit about this list just to tell you that you stink.
All right. Well, it's getting uncomfortable in here because you're making me feel bad. So let's
All
move
right,
on.
let's just pretend that didn't happen.
Okay. What, this podcast? Ah.
Heyo.
Number 10, not enjoying giving blowjobs. Wait, you mean you don't like shoving a long stretch of human flesh into your mouth while bobbing face first into a man's crotch as he tests your throat for strep? You should never have to defend what you put in your mouth, dick or otherwise. We yet again, not an exclusive girl problem. And I don't mean the dick part. I mean, like, there's plenty of dudes out there that don't like eating pussy.
Yeah, that is a strange breed, but they do exist.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Most guys are totally down for it.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So
yeah, because we're not selfish like women
yeah,
are.
I guess this girl isn't into like give and take. How it's a two-way street.
Oh no! Well, I mean, just from the tone of this whole list, she sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that she doesn't like giving head.
Yeah, that's what I said.
She
That was
probably
my
doesn't
first.
like doing any favors for anybody.
That was my first thought when I read it. I'm like, wow, this girl must be an absolute delight to have a conversation with.
or better yet, to have sex with. Probably
Ugh.
the most vanilla, boring sex that you could possibly have. That's something she ought to apologize for.
Yeah.
Coming off like an uncaring bitch.
but it's just another one of those things where you should never have to defend what you put. It's like, okay, fine, but
yeah, it's almost like that Cat Williams bit about he says like, ladies, if you don't want to suck dick, that is your God-given right, and no one should pressure you to do so. But just know that if you're not gonna suck your man's dick, I know a raggedy bitch who will. So that's fine as long as you accept that some guys, and I would think it would be most guys, like getting their dick sucked. So you don't have to, but you don't have to apologize for it either. But it's not going to look good on your report card.
yeah. But yeah, so fuck her and her
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
All right, number 11.
All right, being girly. Since when did being girly become a bad thing?
Let me stop you.
Yeah.
Never. It didn't. Another one of those things that no one says.
And this is actually very contrary to our other point, isn't it? The one about not looking like shit.
Yeah, isn't being girly mean you like dressing
Yeah.
nice and taking care of yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Wearing your lipstick and all your makeup and looking like aisle 9 in CVS or whatever fucking thing she said.
And I can't believe we're like shocked that there's fucking contradictions on this list.
Actually, the contradictions they're not stopping here. As we go further into the list, the contradictions start to pile up. So look forward to that. Anyway, why do we have to feel bad about obsessing over each other's hair? Watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days on repeat and indulging in manicures. Girly stuff is really, really fun. And it sure beats watching guys tackling each other for 4 hours.
Again, she just said that they shouldn't have to apologize for whatever she said, looking bad or looking messy, looking like hell.
Yeah.
Where being girly would mean that you don't look like hell, and you like getting a manicure would mean that you like getting your fucking toenails.
Well, that's what I mean.
And
Beyond taking care of yourself like every human being should, you're going the extra mile. You're paying money to get fancy nails and fucking hair dads and whatever kind of shit they're doing.
And
nowadays.
I would say most guys prefer a girl that is girly than some fucking tomboy Steve Mason looking girl.
Right, you are, Christian. I mean, yeah, a girl who there is a reason why they do it in the first place, is to fucking make our peepees hard. I think every guy likes a girl who's really well put together and takes care of herself. Because you could take any girl, and if she looks like a piece of shit, like as described in the looking like hell part of this list, yeah, I'm not. You're not going to be attracted to that.
Yeah.
So again, no apology necessary.
Nope, nobody's asking.
Actually, we should write a response called "Sorry, you don't need to be sorry." All
The
right.
only one that would make sense on this list for her is uh, not shutting the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay. So if there's one point she could have made and failed to is that you shouldn't have to apologize for being annoying. We're reading your list.
All right, number 12, popping pimples. Pimples have no other purpose being on your face than to be popped, and resisting the urge to do so is like telling a toddler not to press the elevator buttons. While we know excavating your face isn't the best idea, don't let the dermatologist pimple shame you for trying to solve the problem the good old fashioned way. And can you punch me in the face?
I can't because I'm too far into the shock of what you just read to me. I couldn't even muster up a reasonable punch. Well, I
It's just
probably couldn't do that anyway.
how is this a girl problem that you shouldn't have to? Not only is it how is it a woman problem that you should no longer have to apologize for. I just
And well, actually, it seems like she's targeting a very, very small group of people, dermatologists. I mean, she's trying to redefine esoteric with this article, and she's got a damn good shot at it. Like, all right, so that last line says something like, "Don't let the dermatologist pimple shame you for trying to solve your problem the good old-fashioned way." First of all, dermatologist, that's a doctor, correct?
yes,
So when he gives you medical advice, contrary to your stupid practice, I think you should take it.
yeah.
Because I don't.
He's encouraging you to not further ruin your
That's
skin.
what I mean. You already are looking like hell. Don't, not that you have to apologize for it. That's fine if you look like hell with all your fucking pimples. But he's trying to save you the shame of making it worse and having ugly scars on your face forever. Whereas the pimples you could probably clear up with some kind of treatment or over time, as you exit puberty and shit.
Right. But the main point here is it's something that women should no longer have. Like women. This isn't people, it's women.
Even people for this one. I mean,
But that's what makes it even worse. It's such a universal, genderless thing that it just makes no
that
sense.
you shouldn't pop your pimples.
Yeah.
It's not even. I don't
I have
know.
3 pimples on my face right now. I've attempted to pop all of them against
Now
the
you get
pimple
down on your
shaming.
knees and you fucking apologize to me about it. Now that I know that.
All right, number 13.
Oh, this one. Don't forget this one because there's going to be contradictory to this one, or contradiction. I should have said.
Controversy.
Ugh.
I mean,
Grammar.
controversy. I wasn't really speaking to the mic when I said that.
Shut up.
Sorry.
All right. Number 13, putting our relationships first. Valuing your relationship and making it a priority is what being with someone else is all about. If your significant other is most important to you, that is exceptionally rare and beautiful thing to hold on to. If it means making personal sacrifices for this other person, you don't have to justify its worth. Okay.
It's just,
Actually, you know what's funny about this one,
yeah.
as opposed to the other ones? We've been talking so far a
I can
lot
tell you
about.
nothing. Nothing is funny about this or
Can
anything.
I try?
Sure.
Okay. All the other ones we're talking about are, a lot of them are universal problem. I find this one's more of a guy problem. When, especially, with certain co-hosts of this show, when they acquire a girlfriend, they become, significantly more challenging to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a girl problem at all. I think this is a common guy problem, and it's actually a guy to guy problem. It's not an intergender problem.
Right.
You agree?
I do agree. I mean, I'm assuming what she's getting at is she's sort of targeting maybe a more clingy people in a relationship
Yeah.
where they just kind of like
Well,
cling
she's
it.
defending them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's defending the wrong group because I would say honestly, more guys are clingy to the girl than vice versa. I mean, there's obviously
Pussy whipped.
Yeah,
Somebody coined that term.
a smart man did that,
Yeah, I'm sure it was a man.
but yeah, just another thing where this really more applies to guys, but it's still not. But it's not even a good thing though.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not even an intergender problem. Even all right, let's say we're right, and it is a guy problem more so than it's a girl problem. The only people who would be upset about that is your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think most people are friends mostly with the same gender.
Yeah, but once again, just like everything else, she's making it seem like just making a personal sacrifice for the other person, you're being chastised by everybody for it. Where that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
Where if you're dedicating your whole life to this person you've known for like a month and you vanish off the face of the earth, yeah, you're a dick.
That's kind of a dick move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you defending? Dickery?
Sorry, not sorry. We're not sorry.
Oh my
sorry, God. Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Bitch. Number 14. Oh, here we go. I like that this one is more of, strictly for the ladies.
Okay.
Okay. Can a woman refuse the cookie plate without having to explain her desire to eat right? We fat shame, skinny shame, and now we're feeling shameful for making healthy choices. Your body should be thanking you, not saying sorry for it. Again.
When has this ever been an issue?
I mean, obviously, girls, especially I guess when they look at street celebrities and stuff, there's like an emphasis on being healthy or not healthy, being very skinny and shit.
Yeah.
But as far as apologizing, like it's such a, like I said, a generalization of everything else. Where most the girls that they, like the fashion magazines make it seem like you should look like. No guy wants a girl to look like that anyway.
Not in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever had sex with one of them very, very skinny ladies.
No, I haven't.
Not that fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's not.
Yeah.
But
Skeletor.
But it's another thing where it's just even getting away from that for a second, where men are healthy conscious too.
That's what I mean. It doesn't even. And I love how she brings up fat shaming, and I don't understand who these people are, fighting against fat shaming. Since when is it okay to be a fat lump of shit?
That's what bugs me about this. It's like everything else in life. It's an overcorrection.
Yeah.
Where instead of promoting being healthy and in the best shape you can, they say either you have to be super skinny or look what makes you happy, and you become a fat fucking slob.
But you're not allowed to shame fat people, though.
Yeah. It's like, and then they get mad. It was like, well, you should love me for who I am on the inside. It's like, no, fuck you. That's not how life works.
And actually, you know what's funny about that argument? You're just as big on the inside as you are on the outside. So even if I was in there, I'd still be like, there's way too much going on here.
Just thoughts of pizza and chicken nuggets everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, that just goes back to the whole thing we were saying about the forced acceptance of something, and rather than obviously you have to tolerate it, but you can't force your brain to react positively to something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, let's move on here to number 16. Thank
15.
God we're almost done. Oh,
15.
Sorry.
All right, here's a good one. Not liking children. All children are beautiful, but they are not all likable. Oh, your infant said another incomprehensible sentence while crapping his pants. 0 fucks given. What a fucking
I think this bitch wrote this at Occupy Wall Street.
Probably.
You can just tell with her fucking pixie haircut and beret. I know what this girl looks like.
Fucking feminista.
Yeah. Ugh.
What is your qualm with children? But especially infants at that.
But even if you don't like kids, dudes don't like them either, and no one is expecting. No one says all women like kids.
That's what I mean. It's not even a thing. It's not a stereotype.
Nobody likes fucking kids who doesn't have kids. Even parents hate their kids.
Oh yeah, well that's what I mean. I don't understand how anyone likes other people's kids, because I know there's some kind of chemical reaction that goes on in your brain that makes you not want to kill your kid when they're an asshole. So, obviously parents love their kids unless they're, something's wrong with them. But yeah, I could totally see why people wouldn't like other people's kids. They're generally obnoxious. They're not very bright, but they think they know everything. They make messes everywhere they go. Kids are
Yeah.
just, they're kind of shitty.
Yeah,
But
who likes someone else's kid?
unless they're funny, I know some people who have like funny kids, like their kids always saying funny shit, and I don't know.
Yeah, but
That's
in
not that's
general,
that's not the rule. I don't think.
right.
That's just an.
Oh my god. Number 16, making more money. It's time we stop feeling guilty for our success and start enjoying it. Be proud of your worth and what you've earned. We're moving on because we've been over the
Wait, doesn't this basically the same as that previous one? Scroll back up.
Okay, hold on a second. Um
Didn't she say like being successful or something? Oh, and it kind of goes back to independence, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just again just no one like I think she was marathoning Mad Men while she was making this list. Like they're all
Maybe
just
she was teleported from the 20s.
like they're all just secretaries. Just taking their boss's hat and coat and getting him coffee.
That's what I mean. Who's making you feel guilty for being successful? Where are these people? Do you know them?
I think
Have you heard of
she
them?
met one guy that did this.
Just yeah, that one guy that I don't know. I don't fucking understand.
No.
This is just dumb. Let's go.
All right, number 17. This is you.
Oh, this is me. Okay. Not wanting to have sex. It doesn't matter if you just met and he's coming upstairs or if you've been in a committed relationship. If you're not down, you're not down. This one is pretty dumb,
Yeah.
right?
I think she's describing sexual assault.
That's what I mean. Like, well, the first sentence bothers me. It doesn't matter if you just met and he's coming upstairs. Why the fuck are you inviting strange men up into your, apartment, into your bedroom, not to have sex with them?
Yeah. I mean, I think she's implying maybe like a first date sort of situation where you.
Oh,
But I mean, if you're inviting the guy back to your place,
That's
I
what
mean,
I
I
mean.
mean, it's kind of like you
For
wouldn't
what?
normally do. And the thing is, if you were like, listen, I'm not having sex tonight.
yeah.
That might be what the guy was looking for, but he's not gonna like attack you or force you into it
Force you to
unless
apologize.
he's a
for it.
rapist.
Don't forget that this is, things women have to stop apologizing for.
Right.
Everybody's struck out, and I've never received an apology about it.
But there's a word, see, this is irritating though. These people should apologize for this because they're annoying. There's
Cock tease.
yeah, that's it. Cock tease.
Yeah.
Where it's like you lead people on. Why don't you stop being so fucking flirtatious? And it's not like we're just pretending
Actually,
to notice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're not that dumb. I know, like the media likes to play out the guy, like especially dads.
I mean, like
dads
every
in TV
commercial ever where
yeah.
the guy's a fucking idiot
Dads
and the
in
woman's like, oh,
sitcoms or commercials. The dad or like the guy is always just a complete dipshit, and the woman has to set him straight.
yeah. Ugh.
So I guess that's what she's talking about. I don't know. This is just yeah. You should have to apologize for being a cock tease. Don't give someone hope where there is none.
Yeah.
Just like a guy who might be leading a girl on that, he's fucking her and he's making it seem like there's a relationship forming when realistically he's just only concerned with getting his dick sucked.
Yeah.
Not by this fucking hard bitch, but like, some normal chick.
Yeah. Which, by the way, stupid author of this list, is a dick move on the guy's part too.
What do you mean?
Like just pretending to like a
Yeah,
girl.
exactly. It's not even, again, we come back to this point that we've made 100 times. These aren't even universally problems with women.
Yeah, and this one, I feel like we've been over 7 times since we started this. In
Yeah.
fact, I think we just did it 2 numbers ago.
What's that?
It's putting work first. If work is the most fulfilling aspect of your life, there is no reason you shouldn't immerse yourself in it. There's a big difference between letting your job run your life and working hard at something you're dedicated to.
All right, well, this is both contradictory and the point's already been made
And
before.
redundant.
Yeah, it's there's something to this girl. She's able to contradict herself while being completely redundant
Mhm.
because the independence and making more money have already covered this, in plenty of
In
detail.
spades.
And yeah, they got this one in spades. But then just a couple before, she said putting your relationships first. You can't put them both first, lady. Does she realize that? If you're putting them both first, you're not putting either of them
I think
first.
this lady's writing this from a rubber room. When they let her out of her fucking straitjacket. This is
I wish somebody would beat her with a rubber hose.
This girl is the kind of girl you'd see, and she has those big wide eyes. And you wave your hand in front of her face, and she just snaps out of her daze for a second. She's a fucking lunatic.
Fucking 1,000-yard stare.
All right.
Wait, here's another contradictory one. Number 19. Eating too much. The only person you need to apologize to for eating too much is your body when it winds up in a food coma.
So,
whoa!
And I'm not going to apologize anymore when you're a fat pig and you wonder why I don't like you.
Yeah, when I'm the person who doesn't want to have sex, I'm not going to apologize to you either.
Yeah.
And this actually goes against the eating healthy one. In case you forgot, she made that point earlier. Maybe she's trying to make this universal to every woman, which, again, this isn't this is not a female problem. There's plenty of fat guys, just like there's plenty of fat chicks.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, if she was trying to make it universal, that'd be one thing. But it has such a, listen, boys, we're fed up and we're gonna tell you so energy to it. Where
but the points she's making are all over the map. So it's like you just have to deal with whatever the fuck I want, and you don't have any right to have an opinion about it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be who I am and be a fucking crate, and you have to accept all my flaws
or else
because
you're a dickhead.
Yeah, which actually leads us to our for the love of Christ,
actually,
thank you.
It's funny as shit you just said that, because number 20, being who you are. You are incredible, and haters are going to hate. So shine on, girlfriend. Shine on.
That gave me the chills of the douche variety.
2 douchey pop culture references. In one.
So basically what she's saying is, I'm a flawed mess of a human being,
and
maybe.
You're just going to have to deal with it.
And you just have to take it. I don't care if you don't like it. You have to accept everything I don't like, and I'm going to tear you apart and tell you everything that's wrong with you while you simultaneously accept me for every fucking horrible flaw I have.
Well, that's what I mean. The beginning of that sentence made perfect sense. I am who I am, and, you just have, that's all that there is. But then she takes it to this matriarchal level where she's like decreeing like that you cannot judge anyone. You cannot have an opinion about anyone.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you. I mean, my brain's going to do it whether you tell me I'm allowed or not. I'm just maybe not going to say it out loud or scream it in your face.
She's totally ignoring the fact that people just don't like certain people because of their personalities and how they act.
Yeah, like, what kind of shit they write on their website.
Yeah, like this girl, I will not accept you. I mean, I'll let you write this shit on your dumb website without complaining without trying to silence you. But
we're definitely complaining about
it. I took that back as quick as I could. But I'm not gonna write the press or whatever and try to get you banned. It's like, but you're awful. You're a shitty person.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I guess she's trying to speak for all women, but who the fuck are you? Who is this? Is this Michelle Pearl? Scroll up.
Michelle Pearl. Let's see here.
Sandy Pearl.
Pearl necklace.
I bet you the author's not even. They don't even tell you.
Laura Argentar.
Oh, okay.
And this isn't from 1956. This is from January 8th of this year. So this is new. These are new ideas. I wonder if this is the bitch. Oh, she's like baring her teeth and she's giving the finger. Fuck you.
Whoa! I didn't know girls could act that way.
She walks and says, "Listen, boys, fuck you.
I'm gonna do what I want.
If you don't like it, fuck you."
I just want to point out this isn't any kind of she's not a leader of any organization or for the advancement of women. She's nobody. I've never heard of this person before, and I don't think anyone will, in the future.
I would say no. And I think after reading this whole thing, after reading this long list and learning about what women shouldn't have to apologize for, I think the general consensus is shut the fuck up and get back to the kitchen.
Heyo.
And I think on that note, we're probably going to end this show.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't know. Yeah, fuck Laura Argentaur. Argentar.
Yeah,
I don't know how you
something
pronounce
like
that.
that. You're a real
Yeah.
dumb bitch.
Maybe she's a smelly foreigner or something.
I hope so. We'd at least have her there. Well,
All
this podcast was all over the place. We'll
I mean, we had some laughs. We shared some awkward silences.
sure did.
But in the end, I think we're better people for it.
Yeah, and in the end, you're not going to know because we're going to cut this up a little bit and make it seem like it was really fluid and nice.
Maybe we'll just cut it up real shitty so you know that we altered it.
Yeah.
We don't care.
We really don't care at all.
And so we're not going to apologize if this is choppy.
Fuck you!
Listen, I love that last point. You are incredible. Yeah, most people aren't incredible.
Most people are mediocre to awful.
Anyway.
Bill Burr had said himself, just one more not going to invent shit kid after another.
Yeah, I think Laura's a not going to invent shit kid.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's the podcast for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure you didn't.
Yeah.
But it's not Aaron. It's Ant. It's Christian. It's the Pudcast.
Hey.
Go fuck yourself. Ride the storm.
Ride the storm, ladies and germs.